All right, so the beast that escaped from Oscorp Lab is finally joining Marvel Contest of Champions, and I'm so excited about it. Let's get the slide deck up, Finn. Oh my God, look at how insane this guy's character model looks. So Lizard is coming to the game very, very soon. In 6 days, he's finally entering the contest. So let's talk a little bit about what Lizard's got going on here. He's immune to poison. He's also immune to heal block while a buff is active on him or while he's unstoppable. He has a chance to inflict rupture on all of his attacks. He gains regen passives when struck. Intercepting or interrupting heavy attacks grants him tracking so he can counter miss. He's buff immune during his own special attacks, which is pretty interesting. It's kind of like a Mr. Negative type ability where when you dash back you get rid of the buffs, where this one they kind of like get removed when you use your special attack, and this can be good for like Man-Thing, for example, or like, you know, nodes that put like the placebo buffs on you when you don't want them. You can also utilize your precision buff from dexterity, all that kind of stuff. And when you use a special attack, when you have a buff on you, he goes unstoppable. And the final hit of the special 2 and the special 3 essentially do a burst of damage based on like how much damage has been done on the opponent during their special attacks, which is really, really interesting. So it's kind of like it's really hard to kind of like find this comparison. It's kind of like a Scorpion / Spot Science mix in a way and how he does his damage. But let's go ahead and do just a little fight here talking about it against, we'll do Ebony Maw. So if we can get the fight up on the screen, Finn, while we talk through this. Here we go. So basically, we got the intercept for the tracking. We're getting the rupture on. Nice, nice, nice. Now I'm gonna bait a special 1 from Ebony Maw here so I can get the Fury on me. Or maybe not, great. That's fine. But what I want to do here is I want to get a special 1 off while I have the precision buff. Now the reason why I wanted to do that was so I can get the unstoppable. Now, doing some damage. We're going to build up to a special 2. And this should just about do it. Big burst of damage at the end. So yeah, naturally you don't want to bait the special 1 when you have the dexterity precision, like I did. Little blunder there in this matchup, but hey, you kind of get the idea. Imagine that didn't happen. Imagine that I had the Fury from Ebony Maw special 1, and then I went in, used my special 1, it got removed. It all went a little bit faster. But yeah, that's how that pretty much works. That's Lizard. He's super exciting. I think he's bringing a lot of really fun stuff to the game. Really, really cool stuff. Beautiful, yeah. So there's so much going on in Spidey's kit here. And first and foremost, that's not a typo, by the way. December 11th is when this guy's pre-release bundles go live. And the Arena and Crystals December 18th. It's because he is in the double track right now that launches in November. But we always pop out the pre-release bundles and crystals as well. So there's so much going on in this guy's kit here where all of his attacks deal energy damage, he doesn't make contact with cosmics, he summons 3 mystical webs on the field at the start of the fight, and there's so much going on I almost want to just kind of show, not tell. Are you feeling comfortable doing a fight here? All right, so let's go up here. All right, let's plug this one in. All right, so we'll talk about this guy as we do a fight. So, let's get the fight up on the screen, Finn. Beautiful. All right, so why don't you walk me through a little bit what is going on here? So we see these arena traps going on.
Right, so we've used these kinds of traps before, and I really like a lot of that gameplay. One of the things that I was trying to do for this guy was make it so that you cared about where you were in the field, but it didn't have to be one specific spot. Like, I could be playing this fight in the corner, and that would be fine. But I can also stay in the middle here and feel like I have a little bit more just kind of give and take, right? Hey, buddy, come on. Thank you.
There he goes.
But yeah, so basically every time they come over the trap, we are putting those buffs on them, and then we're going to want to sidestep into our specials to deal a bunch of damage. And then we are also going to build up the vulnerabilities that way. One thing here to shout out is that throwing the special too early and having it not knock him out can actually be good for the way Paviter's kit works, because his marked passive gets stronger as the fight goes on. but it doesn't update until the damage is done. And so sometimes it is, if you really want to make sure that that death immunity doesn't happen, then you're going to want to get him down before you actually try and land the finishing blow.
Wow, great job. Very, very clean fight.
Thanks.
Very, very nice. So, coming to the 7-star pool, there's going to be a new 7-star. That's going to be Cassie Lang. So Cassie Lang will be going through the new champion treatment. Pre-release bundles on November 18th, crystals in Arena on November 27th. If you don't know what Cassie does, she's immune to buffs, immune to poison, immune to shock. She has reapplicable power stings. She misses on her heavy attack, taunt on her special 1, and with those guaranteed crits on the special 2 if the taunt is active. She's going to be in the Titan pool, all that fun stuff. Cassie feels absolutely ridiculous as a 7-star at rank 4, by the way. Finn, can you play the clip with the audio on over it? So here we have a Dr. Doom we're going to go up against. Tanky little Dr. Doom. So we can charge that heavy attack, stack on those power stings, right? We're going to go in. I'm going to push this guy to special 2. That's the goal here, right? So when you do that, you're going to place the taunt on him. And then I'm going to do some like Science Tiger type stuff. Watch this. We're going to Dex, dash in, boom, miss the entire special 2, hold it for a little bit, place some more power stings. Now I'm gonna go for a light ending combo to place that poison. Look at that power sting damage, all those stings get refreshed. Now, I could just bait a few special 1s. However, I'm gonna go for the special 2 while the taunt is still active and get those absolutely ridiculous guaranteed crits. So, yeah man, Cassie Lang as a 7-star, coming to the game, pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff. I'm personally very excited for Cassie. Can we get the slide deck up? Yeah, really, really fun stuff on since Yondu went live, and I feel like people are forgetting just how fun he really is. Play the clip, Finn.
Yondu's back, and it's his time to shine. Yondu's been kicking it for a few months now, but let's have a little refresher of what's new. First up, he traded his bleeds for stronger ruptures. On top of that long heal block, he also has a stifle on his special 1 now. So, if you mess up, the opponent won't gain much power. Speaking of, they also suffer 10% reduced combat power rate for each debuff on them, up to 50%. His special 2 also got a juicy upgrade. With more potent furies and an easier to reach stack limit, those Yaka arrows pack a punch. Stack up those furies, then pile on those debuffs, and you got some spicy damage over time. Oh yeah, and that fin on his head grants him immunity to concussion debuffs when fighting against mutant champions. So, practice that sinister special 2 dex. Not to mention, Yondu is still one of the tankiest champions out there. Stack on your debuffs and let the potent weakness from his Sig ability keep you safe against all kinds of danger across the battle realm.
That is Yondu coming to the game for Cyber Weekend. You know, I've seen a lot of players recently when, we've been buffing champions like Rhino, Super Skrull, Yondu. I've seen a lot of predictions around that are like, oh, those champions are going to be a repeat of the Glorious Guardians like we did for Banquet last year. Well, those champions are not going to be in the Banquet this year, as you can see. But this champion is. Play the video.
Jane Foster's back and feeling mightier than ever. This buff is all about making Jane feel like the god she was always meant to be. All of her basic attacks have a chance to inflict herself with a shock passive, and one's guaranteed when she nullifies a buff. These give her increased attack and increase her critical rating on her heavy when the opponent is stunned. Oh yeah, she can also stun them with her heavy immediately after a non-combo ending attack, and that heavy inflicts 2 staggers. When those expire, or when they nullify a buff, her shocks are paused for 5 seconds. You could use her special 1 to gain fervor and stack on shocks even faster. Then, cash out on the special 2 and transfer them to the opponent, dealing devastating shock over 2 seconds. And if you're looking for some spicy yellow numbers, spam that special 3 for a massive power gain passive and juice up your crit rating even further. Jane Foster has some other mystical tricks up her sleeve. Stay tuned to find out what else she can do. There must always be a Thor. Jane Foster is unleashed in the November update.